Good morning, everyone. I just woke up and I'm not going anywhere, so I just want to show you guys my Dalgona coffee. I think that's how you say it, but I've already drank some of it, and I'm going to show you how I made it. This is a keto version. There's about I want to say 3 to 4 net carbs in this cup. Alright, let's get started. I'm using Maxwell House Vanilla Caramel Latte Instant Coffee as well as Starbucks Columbia Instant Coffee. It's a medium roast. I'll be using Swerve, which is a sugar replacement. It's great if you're doing keto. And then I'll also be using unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So the recipes all say it is a 1-to-1 ratio, so I'm just going to measure out for 2 tablespoons of everything. So 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, Swerve, and then 2 tablespoons of hot water. I'm just measuring in the instant coffee. I have no idea what's in this little packet, so I ended up topping it off with the caramel latte mix that I had, and I'm not sure if that made a difference with how it turned out, but that's what I had, and I didn't want to use another pack of instant coffee. Next, I'll be adding in the 2 tablespoons of Swerve, but because I'm not 100% sure how Swerve works, I actually started off with a tablespoon and a half of Swerve, and I just wanted to experiment with how. Alright, you guys, let's be clear. There is a ton of mixing that has to go on with this. So if you do have an electronic mixer, I would definitely go with that instead of a hand whisk. You have to whisk it and mix it until it starts to lighten up and it starts to thicken and it'll get fluffy like it's supposed to. But what happened with me is, like I said, I think it's because of the sugar, but what happened was it just was not mixing and getting fluffy fast enough. It took me about 6 to 8 minutes of mixing for it to start to thicken up, and I did have to add an additional tablespoon and a half in. So that ended up being 3 total tablespoons of Swerve that I used. So you'll just start to see it lighten up and it'll start to get thicker, but it never gets to the consistency like the recipe says. So at this point, I have basically made an entire mess, but I'm going to keep going because I think that I can save this. As you can tell, it actually is starting to mix up and the color has lightened up, but it is not peaking like the recipe says it should. So I just keep whisking away, trying to figure out if it's actually going to end up peaking and doing what it's supposed to. I added another tablespoon of sugar, and this was the last tablespoon that I added, but I wanted to see if it made a difference. And it kind of didn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our almond milk on top of our ice because it's going to be an ice drink. Then I'm just putting in the coffee mix. Give it a go another time, but it actually tastes really good, so I'm happy with the result. It just didn't whip up the way that it should have. I know you can't really see it. It's actually super strong. 2 tablespoons of coffee are pretty strong, not brewed anyway, and so I don't know if I told you guys this is keto, but I just started back on keto. I'll have a video about that. This is probably like my 5th or 6th day on keto, and I wanted to try it out with just something a little bit different. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you find another way to make this, to make it do what it's supposed to do, like peak and make it super like thick and stuff like that. Doing a keto version of it, I'd love to see it, and I definitely would give it a try. So if you have those recipes for that, leave them down in the comment section, and make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.